Good evening, everybody. Welcome. And Merry Christmas. Welcome to each and every one of you here. Welcome to those of you who grew up in this church and are back for the holidays, or maybe those who are coming back after a time away. To those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. To those of you who are here each and every Sunday, welcome. It's so good to see each and every one of you. And welcome to those of you who are joining us online too. I'm grateful to be able to connect in all of the ways that we can tonight. Every year here in this congregation, the weekend before Christmas, we hold a Christmas pageant. Last Saturday, the sanctuary was full of families and friends and neighbors. It's one of my favorite services of the year because there is so much clarity around our Unitarian Universalist theology and the ancient story of the birth of Jesus. I want to share with you some of the words that were read by our narrators, our teen narrators. Why do we tell the story of a baby every year? Why do we care about the circumstances of someone born 2,000 years ago? What does it matter if angels and a star appeared in an ancient night sky? Why is it important to remember a poor couple wandering the streets looking for a place to stay, or a stable full of animals that warmed a newborn with their panting breath? Is there really a place where common shepherds and wise ones meet and fall to their knees in wonder? Tonight we tell this story because it is miraculous and ordinary all at once. It is a story that shakes the soul and awakens the heart to a re-enchanted life. We are reminded that hope can appear in the most unexpected places, that angels walk among us in all kinds of guises as friends and strangers, that it's important to pay attention to the signs of our times, wherever they may appear. We are reminded that a new world of possibility begins every moment that a baby is born, and that people with all sorts of lives are humbled by the mystery of the holy coursing through every being. We are reminded that every baby, every person can inspire those around them to find room in the stable, travel from afar with gifts, and take actions to make the world we're living in a better place. Why do we tell the story of a baby? Because hope is born in every minute, and a world of wholeness and justice is possible even now. So may this time we share together tonight be a time of peace, a time of mystery, of wonder, as we again recount the ancient story of an ordinary, extraordinary child. An ordinary, extraordinary story, allowing it to come alive again in our hearts. Welcome to this magical moment where we catch a glimpse of the world as it can be and feel the power of love being born again in this world. If you join us this Sunday, please remember one service at 10 a.m. here in the sanctuary. And as we begin, let's turn to welcome each other, making it our mission to help everyone here feel the warm welcome of this community. So please take a moment to turn and greet your neighbors, introduce yourselves, and offer a warm welcome to each other.
The Moment of Magic by Victoria Safford. Now is the moment of magic, when the whole round earth turns around the sun. And here's the blessing. The days will be longer and brighter now, even before winter settles in to chill us. Now is the moment of magic, when people beaten down and broken with nothing left but misery and candles and their own clear voices kindle tiny lights and whisper secret music. And here's the blessing. The dark universe is suddenly illuminated by the lights of the menorah, suddenly ablazed with the lights of the Kinara, and the whole world is glad and loud with winter singing. Now is the moment of magic, when the eastern star beckons the ignorant towards an unknown goal. And here's the blessing. They find nothing in the end but an ordinary baby, born at midnight, born in poverty, and the baby's cry, like bells ringing, makes people wonder as they wander through their lives what human love might really look like, sound like, feel like. Now is the moment of magic. And here's the blessing. We already possess all the gifts we need. We've already received our presents, ears to hear music, eyes to behold lights, hands to build true peace on earth, and to hold each other tight in love. Come, let us worship together.
Right? Welcome to the joy. I feel like every Christmas Eve service is a test of how much you remember of the lyrics to the hymns anyway. So welcome in. Take a breath with me if you wish. And let's join together in saying the words for the lighting of our chalice. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
The Refugees by Anne Weems. Into the wild and painful cold of a starless winter night came the refugees, slowly making their way to the border. The man, stooped from age or anxiety, hurried his small family through the wind. Bearded and dark, his skin rough and cracked from the cold, his frame looming large in spite of his slumped shoulders. He looked like a man who could take care of whatever came at them in the dark. Unless, of course, there were too many of them. One man he could handle, maybe two even, but a border patrol, they wouldn't have a chance. His eyes, black and alert, darted from side to side and then over his shoulder and then back again forward. Had they been seen? Had they been heard? Every rustle of wind, every sigh from the child sent terror through his chest. Was this the way? Even the stars had been unkind, had hidden themselves in the ink of night so that the man could not read the way. Only the wind. Was it enough? Only the wind and his innate sense of direction. What kind of cruel judgment would that be, to wander in circles through the night, or to safely make their way to the border only to find the authorities waiting for them? He glanced at the young woman, his bride, no more than a child herself. She nuzzled their newborn, kissing the cheek. She looked up, caught his eye, and smiled. Oh, how the homelessness had taken the toll on her. Her eyes were red, her young face lined, her lovely hair matted from inattention, her clothes stained from milk and baby, her hands chapped from the raw wind of winter. She hardly had time to recover from childbirth when the word had come that they were hunted, and they fled with only a little bread, the remaining wine, and a very small portion of cheese. Suddenly, the child began to make small noises. The man drew his breath in sharply. The woman quietly put the child to her breast. Fear, long-dreaded moments. Huddled, the family stood still in the silence. At last, the man breathed deeply again, reassured he had not been heard. And into the night continued Mary and Joseph and the babe.
In this city, in this time, in this country, we see this same story play out. Imperial forces patrolling the streets, pulling people from their cars, their homes, their workplaces, and neighborhoods, all for the supposed crime of existing while Black, while brown, while Somali, while Latinx, while immigrant, while trans. Beloved neighbors forced from their homes, forced to stay in their homes. Fear like a crease in the forehead and a tightness in the chest that never leaves. These times have come before, and they are with us now. And the age-old question remains, do you have any room? Do you have any room in your heart, in your home? Any room to share a bit of what you have, whatever it is? Any room to know yourselves as responsible for creating a world of love and welcome? Any room in your own lives to rest your head for a moment in your own nights of exhaustion or exile or fear? Do you have any room? How will you make room in your heart, in your home, in your lives? In this ancient story we hear, maybe the most important part of it all is that the room we make does not have to be perfect. We do not have to be perfect. In the story, there's no room in the inn, but there is room in the stable. The welcome gifts come from afar. They aren't on time. The parents are full of fear and full of wonder, too. And we, too, in these days are afraid at times, and we, too, know wonder. When neighbors stream from their homes to alert others of danger, when groceries are delivered and gifts given on time or a little bit late, when the power of one light in the dark travels an unbelievable distance, or the sound of a whistle offers the signal we need to know to protect ourselves and each other. We are saying, I am here with you. There is room in my heart, room in this community, room in this place. Imperfect, yes, but just enough. Tonight we remember how to be partners with love emerging. Love that grows in power through simple acts of kindness and care and compassion and courage. Now is the time to follow the star that takes shape as hope, as power and possibility, the star that shines not only from afar, but as close by as our neighbors and our own breaking open hearts. as we make room for wholeness and wonder and hope to be born right here, right now. The Singing of Angels by Howard Thurman. There must be always remaining in every person's life some place for the singing of angels, some place for that which in itself is breathlessly beautiful, and by an inherent prerogative throwing all the rest of life into a new and creative relatedness. Something that gathers up in itself all the freshest of experience from drab and commonplace areas of living, and glows in one bright light of penetrating beauty and meaning, then passes. The commonplace is shot through with new glory. Old burdens become lighter. Deep and ancient wounds lose much of their old hurting. A crown is placed over our heads that for the rest of our lives we are trying to grow tall enough to wear. Despite all the crassness of life, despite all the hardness of life, despite all of the harsh discords of life, life is saved by the singing of angels. And This by Jan Richardson. After the angel and let it be, after Elizabeth and blessed is she, after angels and shepherds and alleluias, quiet. But Mary treasured all these words and pondered them in her heart, Luke tells us in the Gospel lectionary for Christmas Eve. And so we are keeping quiet this night, pondering, treasuring, gathering up the year nearly gone. What are you treasuring as we make ready to cross into Christmas? We take the ragged fragments, the patches of darkness that give shape to the light, the scraps of desires unslaked or realized, the memories of spaces of blessing, of pain. And so we gather the scattered pieces, the hopes we carry, fractured or whole, the struggles of birthing, exhausted, elated, the places of welcome that bring healing and life. And so we lay them at the threshold. God, bid you hold them, bless them, use them, ask you tend them, mend them, transform them to keep us warm, make us whole, and send us forth. Let's breathe. Let's hold some quiet for a moment, for the gathering up, for the fractured pieces, for the wholeness that still exists and is being born. Spirit of life and love, gather us in and crack us open. Let our hearts open wide, making room for love, making room for hope when we feel despair, believing again in the light we can share, in the light we can create together. Let this invitation be before us to let our hearts break wide open, that the light might shine through us again. May it be so. Amen.
How the Light Comes, A Blessing for Christmas Day by Jan Richardson. I cannot tell you how the light comes. What I know is that it is more ancient than imagining, that it travels across an astounding expanse to reach us, that it loves searching out what is hidden, what is lost, what is forgotten or in peril or in pain, that it has a fondness for the body, for finding its way towards flesh, for tracing the edges of form, for shining forth through the eye, the hand, the heart. I cannot tell you how the light comes, but that it does, that it will, that it works its way into the deepest dark that enfolds you, though it may seem long ages in coming or arrive in a shape you did not foresee. And so may we this day turn ourselves towards it. May we lift our faces to let it find us. May we bend our bodies to make the ark it makes. May we open and open more and open still to the blessed light that comes. The desert wind, a prophet's weary sigh, whispered of stars, not just a golden gleam, but maps for souls who questioned how to die, to old regimes and to wake a new dream. We came not kings, but seekers, dusty shod, past Harold's court, a hollow, fearful place, for truth that pulsed a different kind of God beyond the power, beyond the gilded mace. We'd seen the signs in ancient text and signs, a shift in seasons, justice out of joint, our journey's end, a healing for the lines that scarred the world, a holy crucial point. But the manger wasn't comfort, soft or warm, but stark, a challenge to our knowing ways, a fragile hope against a coming storm, a revelation in those dawning days. Gold, frankincense, myrrh, symbols we carried, but gifts transformed. Compassion, open hands, a wisdom learned, a promise to be shared across the borders through barren lands. We left that town no longer who we were. The birth, a death, a shattering, a grace to find our way back with a different stir, to build a world that held a sacred space. For the real word starts when the song grows still, when kings return and shepherds go back home to feed the hungry, mend the broken will, and to find the lost wherever they may roam. That star still burns, not just in the skies above, but in the journey deep within the soul. A call to live, to struggle, and to love, to make the broken human spirit whole. Our offering tonight will support the Minister's Emergency Fund. This is a fund to help congregants in need, to help with a medical bill, with groceries, with rent, with emergencies that we all experience from time to time. Your generosity ensures that we are able to help one another in challenging times. It is a tangible way that we care for one another. So please give generously when the baskets are passed by you. Will the ushers please come forward? God is Still With Us, a meditation by Reverend Cameron Tribble, a UCC minister and a social entrepreneur. We've learned how to make Christmas safe. We soften it with nostalgia and familiarity. We repeat the story in ways that reassure us rather than unsettle us. But the story itself resists that impulse. It refuses to be reduced to comfort. The birth of Jesus takes place inside a system of imperial control. A census ordered by King Herod forces people to move for the sake of power and taxation. Mary's pregnancy places her at a social and physical risk. Joseph must navigate a world that offers no protection for what he has been asked to carry. The incarnation unfolds within political coercion, economic precarity, and fear. None of this is incidental. It's the context God chooses. This matters for how we understand what Christians mean by incarnation. God doesn't enter the world as an answer imposed from above. God enters as a life exposed to the conditions of history. Jesus is born into vulnerable dependence and danger. He will require care, protection, and community to survive. He will grow up under occupation and surveillance. Christmas makes a theological claim that divine presence does not bypass human conditions, but inhabits them fully. The angel's message doesn't resolve the risk Mary faces. It names what's being asked of her. The shepherds aren't granted authority or power. They are invited to see what power has overlooked. Mary's consent does not shield her from her consequence. It binds her to a future shaped by uncertainty. The story does not remove threat. It gives meaning that must be carried through it. This is where Christmas confronts us. We are living in a time when cruelty is normalized in our national leadership and our attention is fragmented by our media. We're encouraged to move quickly past harm, to accept injustice and as inevitable, and to protect ourselves by becoming numb. Christmas interrupts that logic. It insists that presence matters. It claims that proximity to suffer is not failure, but fidelity. It asserts that love enacted in flesh has consequences for how the world can still be shaped. The name Emmanuel, God within us, is not just comforting reassurance. It's a theological assertion about where God chooses to stand. God aligns with the displaced, the surveilled, the deported, and the exposed. God identifies with those who are shaped by decisions that they did not make and cannot escape. The incarnation locates God not above history, but within it. This isn't an easy claim to live with. It offers no escape from the world as it is. It demands responsibility rather than relief. And still, it is good news. If God enters the world this way, then no life is disposable, no place is beyond concern, no suffering is invisible to the divine. Christmas does not deny the evils of this world. It tells the truth about it, and it refuses to abandon us in its midst. Today, Christians do not gather to celebrate the birth of Jesus because the world is healed. They gather because love has chosen to remain present within it. We light candles because sustained attention is an ethical act. We keep watch because transformation begins when people refuse to look away. This is how God comes into the world. This is how love endures. This is what Christmas asks of us. We are in this together.
We're about to light our candles. The moment I know we're all here for.
Hold one.
Sure. All right. Reminder on your candles.
Woo!
I know, let's do it.
Wow.
All right. The best way to keep yourselves safe, if you have these, is to have the person with the unlit candle tip toward the lit candle. Also, if you have the electric candles, just twist your flame part and it will light. So we are going to go ahead and pass the light to each other, and we're going to get to sit and listen to some beautiful music, and then we will join in singing Silent Night. All right. words to close by Howard Thurman. When the song of angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and princes are home, when the shepherds are back with their flock, the work of Christmas begins. To find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner, to rebuild the nations, to bring peace, to make music in the heart. Let the work of Christmas begin. Amen. Oof. Go now in peace and Merry Christmas.